It's the biggest animal park in the Rhône-Alpes region. More than 1,000 animals from all over the world share the 80 hectares of the Peaugres Safari Park. Inevitably, this patch of countryside in the Ardèche region looks more like Africa. These rhinos, for example, don't look too out of place.
I'm going to ask Tombi to come and touch this target on this side. Tombi, target. This makes it easier for Valentin to come and tend to her eye while she stays in this position.
Valentin and Johan enclose the rhinos for a few minutes every day so that they become accustomed to being treated.
Higher, that's it. Still. Open. Getting them to open their mouths, letting us take a look inside and touching with our finger takes a lot of time. It can take months. They love being stroked and being tickled, but the slightest little change, the slightest difference in noise or smell can make them very nervous. If they lift their heads up quickly, you can get hurt very easily.
Most of the animals at Peaugres live in semi-freedom, like these American bisons, which coexist with other mammals, like these black bears.
The first steps made by the cubs is an incredible moment.
For these cubs, climbing trees is a matter of survival.
If the little ones bump into a male, there's a risk that the male will eat them. Therefore, we put the mother in with the little ones until they're big enough to learn how to climb trees and escape from the other bears.
Other cubs are more carefully monitored.
Come on, you can go.
In the wild, just one baby cheetah out of 3 survives. The park's vet, Christelle, is keeping an eye on them.
I'm looking for the chip to work out which one is which.
They're kept away from the general public during their first few months.
1.870. They're used to being weighed, so it's not really stressful for them. They're a bit grumpy and they're fooling around, but there's no problem.
The cheetah is one of 32 species in grave danger of extinction that the safari park is trying to protect. This is one of the few parks in Europe where the breeding of felines is a success. It's a more complicated process than you might think, though.
It's one of the few species where the felines like to have a choice of partner. Some are shown up to 7 different males before they find one that's to their liking.
Since the arrival of the first adults back in 1991, more than 60 cheetahs have been born at Peaugres, and the hard work must continue to preserve this species. The park's keepers, therefore, are busy teaching the next generation.
Look, look. Hold it tight, Francois. This is an armadillo that, well, he can't see very well.
Claudine wants to pass on her passion to these children.
Even if there isn't the direct contact that they're often expecting, they realise that you still have fun nevertheless and take care of the animals.
And clearly, the teaching is working.
It makes us want to become vets. I feel like they're saying, Francois, yes, you can be a vet. It's the job for you. I love it.
This is the park's tropical forest. Built under glass, it covers 450 square meters and stands 8 meters tall. These tiny monkeys bask in the 28-degree heat.
Kokoyo, look. Did you see all of that?
Chloé is one of the 24 permanent park rangers. She's responsible for feeding the marmosets, the smallest apes in the world.
I avoid looking at them in the face when they're intimidated. A straight look in the eyes is a predatory look. It's better to look at them from the side like this. Then they're less intimidated. These ones are adult size. When it's born, a baby weighs just 20 grams. The
Peaugres Safari Park welcomes 300,000 visitors each year. The objective of the centre and its staff is to educate the young about the protection of endangered species.